Hey guys, Deplorable Deb. As much as I'm upset about the about hearing about Otto Warmbrier, there was something else that I wanted to talk about today. It appears that the attack in London, what's getting me kind of annoyed is the mayor of London, because as you know, when the other past attacks happened, he went out and said, "Oh, you know, this is what happens when you sort of live in a big city." But what gets me is now that an attack was on Muslims, guess what? First thing he says is this is horrific. I'm sort of not understanding something, and I'm going to tell you how I feel. Um, the gentleman, now, why can't anybody just say that, okay, this was a gentleman that maybe enough is enough. Maybe that he's not crazy, because see what they're doing now? Mainstream media and London and them right away, because had to point out that it's a white man. And the white man must be a terrorist. Why does a person have to be involved like that? Why can't it be that maybe, just maybe now, maybe the London people are getting fed up? And that's why this happened. If it's a revenge, well, you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And why does it mean that the man is crazy? Why does that mean? The same way, I'm going to be honest with you, the gentleman that shot at the baseball field, okay? Right away, he's crazy. Well, you know what? You're wrong. Because let me tell you something about him. In 2011, okay, he was protesting. And guess what? When the mainstream media wants to say they have nothing to do with pushing a person, well, that's bullshit. Because you know what? If you look at that guy, pictures on him on Facebook, way before Trump was even in the race. This is before the 2012. What was he doing? He was picketing, holding up signs, and guess what? Where the writing on those signs came from. The writing on the signs that he was protesting came from the mainstream media. So you see what I mean? Why is it that they always have to label that somebody's crazy? Okay? I don't believe the guy who shot at the baseball field, I don't even like saying his name, was a nut. There was nothing wrong with him. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he was edged and he was pushed, and he had a grudge against Republicans. Now, yeah, it's sad what happened, but you know what? There's fighting going on all the time between Muslims and Muslims. That's done in their country. And what's bothering me, I don't want to see happen come here to the USA, let alone Britain. So isn't it odd that a Muslim mayor, when it's now an attack on a Muslim person, right away they called that white person driving a truck a terrorist? But with all other attacks, nobody, including the mainstream media, they stay Zippo. They don't say shit of who the person is. But right away, it's now whites. Whites are terrorists. How about that somebody just got mad and said, you know what? Enough is enough. And he doesn't mean that he's crazy or whatever, because I don't believe it. But right away, they want to turn it to that. They want to turn it that he's crazy, he's mental, he's deranged. No. What about if he just wanted to do that? And you know what? What the hell do you expect? What the hell does the people in Britain or officials or governments in Britain expect? The same thing can happen here. If we keep getting attacked, which thank God there's, not much has happened here, and thank God for that. And I believe it's because of who is leading our country now, President Trump, that this is not happening. But you know what? There's going to come a time that people are going to say enough is enough. And it doesn't mean when we say enough is enough, we're a bunch of terrorists or we're crazy. That really bothered me with the Muslim mayor, because you know exactly. Now he's pushing it because of what happened to the Muslims. Oh, and again, the person that did it is a white crazy person. No, you know how I feel? That man had enough. And we don't know. We don't know what he was thinking. What about the innocent children that were killed? Oh, nobody thinks about that. So you know what? I don't want to hear this boo-hoo-hooing and right away what that guy did and what. How about this? Did you ever think that maybe he was just returning the white van that they left in the London Bridge? How about that one? Maybe they were returning the van that was left in the attack of the London Bridge, right? After all, it was abandoned there. Bye.